Hey cruisers, welcome back to my channel, Cruisin with Kendra, where I keep car culture in check. So since starting cruising in 2017, I've gotten the opportunity to do so many cool things, more than I ever could have imagined back when I was a local news reporter.
Allegations against him to his community.
But this one tops it all. Our team got to go to Saudi Arabia for a week. Yes, you heard that correct. Saudi Arabia in the Middle East for a week to be part of the Global Auto Salon Riyadh, part of the Riyadh Car Show put on by the Saudi government. Stick around and I'll tell you more. So many of you know that I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And when I think international travel, I think going to Atlantis in the Bahamas, or heck, going hunting in Canada for, that big game and coming home with some Tim Horton donut holes. But never in a million years did I think Riyadh, Saudi Arabia would be on my travel list. Our team was invited by Bonnier Corporations.
It's our producer.
Hey, what's up?
The whole team's here.
And as many of you know, Bonnier puts on automotive events around the US. And this event was a completely different ballpark for Bonnier. They were tasked with putting on a global knockout event, flying in American talent, and transporting a ton of amazing muscle cars halfway around the world. So definitely not an easy task. Ahead of my flight, I was really nervous. You see all these different stories about women in the Middle East. So I had my apprehensions and I didn't really know what to think going into the trip. My team, our producer Blaine, and our videographer Anthony all flew out with us from Washington, D.C. on Saudia Air. Now, Saudia Air is Saudi Arabia's answer to the UAE's Emirates Airlines. Once we got on board, each one of us had a seat condo, which I affectionately call it because, let's be real, these seats were bigger than my closet, okay? They all came with an amenities kit. I'm proud to say I still have that kit, mainly because I save everything, but also the stuff they had in there was just so freaking cool, I had to keep it. The flight from DC to Jeddah was about 12 hours of airtime, and the flight started off with a traditional pour of Arabic coffee, and then they handed out dates. Not a date like you're thinking, a date that you eat. It's a Middle Eastern sign of welcoming. Now the Saudi Air flight started off with a prayer before takeoff, and I just really love that. And the flight attendants served us a full course dinner, courtesy of the chef on board. And once we landed onto the Riyadh flight, we then drove to our hotel and started seeing those familiar Western favorites, aka McDonald's, which just proves everybody loves Happy Meals. Our team stayed at the Tierra Hotel. Now this is a absolutely gorgeous hotel in Riyadh. That's really all I have to say about this facility, except they have an amazing staff that was in charge of room service. And one morning, I went down into the kitchen and personally thanked all of the room service support staff for really helping us through those long production nights of editing our assignments. Their cheesecake was bomb. Definitely recommend. Now onto the bus. Our team was fully loaded onto the production bus, getting ready to head into the show and head into check-in for the event.
Hey guys.
Our producer.
The minute that we got there, we checked in, got our credentials and everything, and then we started walking the show to get ready to start shooting our assignments. Now this is my favorite part. We drove into the show on a golf cart driven by a woman. Now a couple of years ago, this would have been unheard of.
المشرف اللي بالستيج ممكن يطلع لي؟
Because women could not drive before 2018 in Saudi Arabia. Now, we drove into the show with our female driver and our female translator in tow. Pretty awesome way to arrive. Once at the show, it felt like an automotive trade show you would attend stateside, just dropped in the Middle East. The halls were packed with a ton of familiar manufacturers. Everybody from Truck Hero, Weston, Magnaflow, all the good ones were proudly on display. Our team did a quick walkthrough, but then we had to scurry off because I was invited to speak on the Women in Motorsports panel, and we didn't want to be late.
You never really know what life is going to take, where life is going to take you. It was just a really great learning experience, and it just kind of progressed my career.
Now this panel included an impressive lineup of ladies, including 5-time NHRA Pro Stock World Champion Erica Enders and Motor Trend's overhauling AJ Janich. Our team took a pit stop with Clay Milliken and his 11,000, yes, 11,000 horsepower top fuel dragster. That definitely attracted a lot of attention with the locals. But it wasn't just high performance proudly on display. Professional drifter and professional off-road driver Von Gittin Jr. Von Gittin Jr. pulled in large crowds at the event. We caught up with Von during a break.
Tell me a little bit about how what you do translate internationally here in Saudi Arabia.
So we're in Saudi doing some exhibitions. I'm best known for drifting, being a professional drifter, won world championships, won the drift championship, and most recently I've been racing Ultra 4. So here in Saudi, combining the two. So really just out here, inspiring, putting smiles on faces, and getting the imaginations of the Saudis up of the types of things you can do behind the wheel of cars.
The amount of automotive television personalities we ran into was abundant. We ran into Aaron Kaufman from Fast and Loud and Gas Monkey Garage fame.
And what a wonderful feeling knowing that your product is being watched halfway around the world. Tell me what is that like?
But it isn't until you get off the plane in Dubai and people recognize you, but then it's kind of the hub of the world. So then it's like when you get to Riyadh and people recognize you, get here to the car show in Riyadh. And so I've been pleasantly surprised. Everybody's been so warm.
Automotive television personality and designer Chip Foose was also in attendance, of course, and we caught up with them during an all-female design session. Another one of these groundbreaking events here at the Riyadh show.
Do like this on the top of the page.
The magnitude of this event was felt by all attendees, including manufacturers. One more walk through all the exhibitors, and then I went outside and walked the massive grounds of the show. I was the only person wearing pink, so as you can imagine, our team attracted a lot of attention. While working the grounds of the show, I came across this rad DJ and an awesome lineup. We got invited up to the DJ booth, and before you know it, I was pushing different buttons on the DJ's equipment, changing the mix, and let's just say I really don't know anything about DJ equipment, and this was shown right here. I'm an automotive person, not a DJ person. But it was fun anyways. We were breaking down into some dance moves, some really ridiculous dance moves, which we won't show all of those on here, but you get the gist. At the top of the DJ booth, you got to see a great view of the life-size Hot Wheels track that was built for the event, and professional motorcycle drivers did the stunt work. Now, I'm terrified of heights, so watching the whole thing just gave me a lot of anxiety, but other people really seemed to enjoy it. Now, with all that said, let's get back to the cars. The show had 450 cars in attendance, with many included in the auction. All of the high-end supercars were kept in this large dome. The show had a lot of Ferraris. I even got to sit in a few of them. Actually, I've never seen this many Ferraris in one place, and you can definitely say that Ferrari is a supercar of choice here in Saudi Arabia. The event also featured a car auction put on by Worldwide Auctioneer. The auction featured a ton of American muscle, trucks, and of course, more Ferraris. Because why not? Okay, so let's wrap this up. I absolutely love the Middle East, and I tell my CWK media staff that I want to go and build an office in either Riyadh or Dubai someday. To be honest, I was really afraid to travel to Saudi Arabia before this trip because of what we grow up watching and seeing on the news. It's a lot of scary information. But what I found out being in Riyadh, the locals are incredibly warm, they're super kind and respectful, and they're really excited to learn more about our culture, especially the car culture. So when you're planning your next vacation, I hope you keep Riyadh or Dubai in mind because what you find might surprise you. For Cruisin' with Kendra, I'm Kendra Sommer. We'll see you on the next one.